conclusion to Christopher Nolan's celebrated Dark Knight trilogy is hitting Blu-ray just in time for the holidays. While the disc isn't an all-encompassing collection of great special features that celebrate the trilogy's conclusion, it's still a solid purchase that should please any Nolan Batman. I love this movie and wholeheartedly agree with the 9 out of 10 score that we gave it when it released. As perhaps the most visually diverse of Nolan's Batman movies, the 1080p presentation looks great, presenting the stark contrast of the green lace Scotland with that of a snowy Gotham City under martial law to great effect. Details are natural and crisp, and the shadows are deep, obviously a must for any Batman movie. The transition between the sequences shot in IMAX and those not can be a little jarring at times, but the experience is more or less seamless throughout. The sound mix of the movie itself can feel uneven at points, with dialogue sometimes drowned out amongst the thunderous score. That said, with the HD surround sound, this is less of an issue with clearly distinct audio channels that are astoundingly clear. The low end is phenomenal, giving weight to every punch, explosion, and yes, even Bane's voice. The soundtrack benefits the most though, as Hans Zimmer's music becomes an integral part of the storytelling experience like never before. The special features take on a less is more quality, and the disc lacks what Nolan discs always lack: deleted scenes and audio commentary, which is a bummer for sure. However, the numerous featurettes spread across the disc that total just over an hour provide some interesting insight into the making of the movie. Some standouts include the character-specific featurettes, the development of the now iconic Rise chant, the development of the first Bane and Batman fight, and the construction of some of the movie's gigantic sets, like the prison pit and Bane's lair in the sewers. More disappointing is the brevity with which the Shadows and Light featurette rushes through the cinematography of the film. Equally drab is the cast and crew's reflection on shooting not only the movie, but the trilogy as a whole. There are some notable cast omissions, and the stars we do hear from get a few brief lines. To some degree, it feels like WB is holding out on more in-depth supplemental features for a future release of some kind. But there is one saving grace of the special features, and that's the Batmobile documentary. A surprisingly emotional look at the history of Batman's famous vehicle, it collects everyone from Adam West, Joel Schumacher, to Chris Nolan to talk about the evolution of the Batmobile and how it's impacted the Batman mythos and his presence on screen. I'll be honest with you, never did I expect to tear up on a Batmobile documentary, but I totally did. In all, The Dark Knight Rises gets a Blu-ray that's on par with other movies in the series. While it's certainly easy to wish for more, the disc we do get is pretty and packed with some worthwhile content. I'm giving The Dark Knight Rises Blu-ray an 8.5 out of 10.